Mr. Chairperson, I have the honor to deliver this statement on behalf of the Member States of the LGBTI core group. The group is co-chaired by Chile and the Kingdom of the Netherlands. The UN LGBT core group overarching goal is to work within the United Nations framework to ensure universal respect for the human rights and fundamental freedoms of all individuals without distinction, regardless of their real or perceived sexual orientation, gender identity, or sex characteristics, including lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, and intersex persons. Our particular focus is on protecting LGBT persons from violence and discrimination. LGBT core groups members stand firmly against any form of violence, discrimination, stigmatization, or marginalization on the basis of sexual orientation, gender identity and expression, or sex characteristics. We recognize that to fully realize the mandate of the Commission on the Status of Women, the challenge faced by all LGBT persons, including LGBTI women, adolescents, and girls, must be addressed. The priority theme for the session of the CSW on the 3rd anniversary of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action provides an opportunity for the international community to address the challenge faced by LGBTI women and girls, who often experiences multiple and intersecting forms of discrimination and marginalization. Endure disproportionately high rates of sexual and gender-based violence, including harassment, stigma, inequality, and harmful social and cultural norms. They might contend with a lack of legal gender recognition or even face criminalization due to their sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, or sex characteristics. The deeply rooted and intersecting inequalities, stigmatization, and discrimination that LGBTI women face propels them into spirals of social exclusion, increasing their likelihood of living in poverty and of experiencing economic insecurity, including unemployment, underemployment, lower paid position, and position with limited or no social benefits. By addressing poverty through a gender perspective, this session provides a critical platform to address the structural barriers that perpetuate discrimination and exclusion, and to spotlight the redress the deeply rooted inequalities and economic disparities experienced by LGBTI women. Moreover, the focus on strengthening institutions and financing with a gender transformative approach aligns with the imperative to dismantle systemic barriers and ensure inclusive policies that respect, protect, and fulfill the human rights of all women and girls, thus fulfilling the Sustainable Development Goals 2030 Agenda's core of leaving no one behind. The core group recognizes the resilience of LGBT women, human rights defenders, and women's civil society organizations and their role as key actors that contribute to implementing the 2030 Agenda and achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, promoting laws and policies that guarantee the achievement of gender equality and empowerment of women and girls in all their diversity, and responding to the needs of those most impacted by structural inequality and gender injustice. Therefore, it is important that inclusive and locally led feminist movements and women's rights organizations are supported to perform their essential roles. We call on all member states and all relevant stakeholders to work together to commit to labor standards that provide for decent work and gender equality for all workers, including LGBTI women, equal pay for work of equal value, safe and healthy working conditions, freedom of association, and the right to organize and bargain collectively, and freedom from violence, discrimination, and harassment in the world of work, including sexual and gender-based violence and harassment. We encourage member states to promote a social protection system, public services, and sustainable infrastructure that are fully inclusive of LGBTI persons and responsive to the specific challenge LGBTI women face in a context of ongoing social exclusion, while addressing the structural and systemic impediments to poverty alleviation and equitable financing. Together, we must ensure this Commission addresses the intersectional challenge of women and girls in all their diversity. The LGBTI core groups reiterates that the full and effective implementation of the Beijing Declaration and Platform for Action requires that all forms of violence, discrimination, and political, social, and economic exclusion of any individual, including LGBTI women and girls, must end. Standing up against violations and abuses of all human rights, including discrimination and exclusion of any person, is not and should never be a matter of controversy. We appeal to all delegations gathered here to join us in our continued advocacy for the universality of human rights and the pledge to leave no one behind. Thank you.
I thank the Minister of Women and Gender Affairs of Chile.